हेलो एवरीवन, वेरी गुड इवनिंग। हेलो, नमस्कार दोस्तों। आज है वेंसडे लाइव और मैं हूं आपके समक्ष डिस्कशन करने चीजें जो आपको डिस्कस करनी हो। टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू डू ओनली आस्क मी एनीथिंग। इट्स गोइंग टू बी 45 मिनट सेशन and we are going to have a great discussion on various aspects of market where you would like probably some guidance from me. So rather than taking too much time, let's get into the question straight away. और पहला क्वेश्चन जो मेरे स्क्रीन के सामने है वो ये है। I have a question. This is Garv asking the question. If the Nifty 50 is in a downtrend, then would we go for longs in cash stocks? I like swing stocks in RS model. Should we trade in long position? Does Nifty impact every stocks? Well, Gaurav, it's a very good question you have asked. The straightforward answer to this question is that if Nifty goes down significantly, all the stocks will go down. There is no doubt about it. But if Nifty goes down minutely, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं गिरता है, थोड़ा बहुत अगर निफ्टी गिरता है या फ्लैट रहता है, then typically RS strong stocks will not fall and it will keep on going up. They will outperform the Nifty. So अगर डाउन ट्रेंड आपको कितना कन्विक्शन है उस पर डिपेंड करता है, how much convinced you are with the Nifty downtrend. If you are very convinced कि yes, market will go down significantly, my suggestion is don't add more positions and find opportunity to square up the old positions if you are not convinced with the market downtrend. For example, what is happening in the market right now, which I also recorded a video in the afternoon, that the global conditions is now in such a state which is suggesting that market probably may not be able to sustain the bullish momentum which it is right now. I'm not talking about the small cap or the mid cap. I'm talking about the Nifty in large. That the kind of momentum it has seen in the market, maybe market will slow down because globally, dollar index and US yield curve and everything is showing kind of a setup which is not conducive to bullish market, extremely bullish market. In that scenario, we definitely have to be very cautious. What do? You don't go short, never. मैं कभी भी आपको ये नहीं बोलता हूँ, especially if you are not a professional market participant, you should never go short into the market. But if you have positions in the market which is into stocks, then it is not a bad idea to stop building new positions and only get into square up mode till you are 100% convinced that yes, global setup is also now favoring me. उसके लिए हो सकता है कि निफ्टी थोड़ा महंगा हो जाए, ग्लोबल सेटअप हो सकता है बाद में से अच्छा हो और निफ्टी पहले अच्छा हो जाए. Anything is possible. I'm not saying that what I say is 100% correct. Market is much more superior than me. But the fact remains that if Nifty is not in a right mindset or right trend and global market is not supporting that mindset, then it's always good to relax a bit and not to add new positions. Okay. The question is from where we can get intrinsic value of a stock. Now, this is a very important question. All of us have to understand the answer to this question. What is an intrinsic value of a stock? Always consider intrinsic value of a stock as there are two components in the intrinsic value of a stock. Number one is the bare minimum value of the stock, which should be there because the company is a going concern company, right? And when we talk about going concern, obviously the current asset and liability becomes a very important part of the stock identification, right? So if you look at the book value of a company, which is difference between asset and liability, that is like the bare minimum value of the company. Obviously, you will have to revalue the assets and you have to revalue the liabilities as well. But assuming other things being constant, the book value is the bare minimum value of the company, right? If the liability is more, contingent liability is more than the potential revalued asset, then the book value also becomes negative. Why PSUs are trading below their book value? Because it is perceived that the business efficiency is not high and the contingent liability is very high. So maybe that's why market doesn't give them true value which they deserve. Okay. So intrinsic value has two components. One is the basic value and the speculative value. What is the speculative value? Speculative value is all about the future. There is a future projections which is needed, and every individual will have a unique speculation for the company. Some will assume that X will be the growth percentage. Some will assume that Y will be the growth percentage. So because all of us are unique, our future estimates are unique. So to answer your question, where do we get the intrinsic value of a stock? My answer is that intrinsic value of a stock cannot be derived by mathematics. It cannot be, because there's so much future assumptions and presumptions needed. So any software which gives you an intrinsic value of a stock is giving you a data which is subject to interpretation. Okay, it cannot be a certainty कि यही इसका intrinsic value है. So do not look out for such. Having said that, as a retail investor, if suppose we have to find the intrinsic value of a stock, the most relevant method is to look at the historical PE ratio. If the mean of the historical PE is suppose X, and if the current earning is Y, the best price is the X multiplied by Y. This is best what you can do, because projecting the future based on past will involve some bit of human judgment, some bit of human judgment. It is not possible that only based on the past historical data you try to predict the future by mathematics. Okay, there is a fair bit of judgment which is required. Okay, I'm not going to take stock specific questions, because frankly speaking, we get an opportunity to interact about concepts in these kind of sessions. So let's not waste our time in talking about stocks, because anyway, stock is a very dynamic discussion. Today, the X can be the discussion which I do with you, and the same stock can have my view change after 1 week. In fact, if you want to do stock specific discussions with me, then please join StockEdge Club, StockEdge Social. That's where I am very active on stock discussions. And legally also, I cannot discuss stocks in public forums. SEBI doesn't allow us to do that. So I'm very mindful of all the regulations India has. Okay, sir, I buy huge quantity in PSU banks. What's your view on PSU banks? Well, I can talk about these sectors. PSU banks have been amazing value creator for the banking sector overall. Okay, in terms of business. Okay, talk about State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, or anyone. The whole banking sector, which has created that fire inside the economy, the activity of the economy, PSU banks had a major role, but they were always undervalued. Why were they undervalued? Because you know what has happened in PSU banks, the inefficiency problem, the NPA problem, etc., etc., because of which it is always believed that the business of PSU banks cannot run as efficient as a private bank. Now, this has been the narrative for last 20, 25 years. This is now changing, because there is an intent of the government to improve things in public sector enterprise overall. And PSU bank obviously will become part of that intent. Plus, there's a lot of cleaning which has come. There are clear regulations now in the form of NCLT, etc., which is debarring the faulty promoters to take advantage of our banking infrastructure, which used to be there earlier. So things have improved, processes have improved. I'm a very optimistic person. I would like to believe that things will improve further from here. So if you are a buyer in PSU banks, I would probably like to hold on to that. Okay, but having said that, for me, momentum is very important. So the moment I see a lack in momentum in PSU banks, I will not shy away from getting out of those stocks, because public sector enterprises have this typical habit of witnessing a lot of activities. A lot of people get into those, but after a point of time, the interest dies down, because the big money, they never want to get into those kind of enterprises. So be wary of lose in momentum. And if there is a constant loss in momentum in those stocks, Dipesh, it is not a bad idea to keep booking your profit on a regular basis. Okay. Akash is a question. Now, I'm asking the questions purely on the basis of what I'm seeing in the front, nothing, no specific. Akash is a question, sir, हर duration पे chart change होता है, then trend line कौन सा duration पे बनाना चाहिए? I mean 1 month, 3 month or 15 month, 15 minutes. Very good question, Akash. I'm very happy. The kind of questions which learners in my platform ask is actually very good. I love to answer those questions. So Akash, इसका आंसर बहुत सिंपल है कि आप किस अवधि के लिए ट्रेड कर रहे हैं. What is your duration of the trade will define the duration of the chart. If you are trading on intraday on a tick by tick basis, then 3-minute chart is probably relevant for you. If you are trading for a shorter swing, maybe for 2 day to 20, 25 days, then probably a 2 hourly chart is good for you. But if you are doing for 3 month, 4 month position, then the daily chart is more relevant for you. So it totally depends upon what is your objective of participation and how much you are willing to hold on to your position. अगर आप सोचते हैं मैं 3 महीने के लिए पोजीशन बना रहा हूं और 3 मिनट बाद आपकी हालत खराब हो जाती है, then probably something wrong with you. You need to figure out that right objective for yourself and accordingly align the chart as per that objective. All right. Okay. I have a question from Mr. Siddharth. He just gave us 400 rupees. Thank you, Siddharth. 30% of this money will be kept by YouTube. So finally, we'll get around 300 and around 280 odd rupees, which I will donate on your behalf to someone who is needy in society. Thank you for helping the person who will get that money. Siddharth, the question you are asking, I built my entire portfolio on margin trading facility. Some brokers provide low rate like 8%. Are my funds safe with these known brokers? What will happen to my fund if brokers go bankrupt? Any insurance by SEBI? Well, it's a very good question. I have not come across any insurance with respect to MTF. Okay. Now, are these safe? So when you take a margin trading facility, that means you are pledging those assets in the name of the broker, right? And if anything goes wrong with the broker, obviously this asset will also get attached with the bankruptcy proceeding of the broker. Okay. The category of asset will not be as simple as a simple asset of a broker. Like a broker, if it defaults, then there is certain money which will be taken first, certain asset which will be taken second, and then probably your number will come. So to answer your question, you always carry that risk of default of a broker. If you are putting your money with a broker in a normal account and the broker defaults, there's a settlement guarantee fund. So you will, to certain extent, get compensated by the settlement guarantee fund. But if you're taking an MTF, which is not a normal account, it's a leverage which you have taken from the broker through its NBFC or through broker balance sheet itself, that will not be covered under the settlement guarantee fund. So you are carrying that risk. My suggestion is only deal with a broker which is a bank-based broker who have a large balance sheet. And that's where brokers like Kotak, etc. comes into picture. Although they may charge you some extra, but at least your risk of default in all those brokers is very, very negligible. All right, Siddharth, I hope you got the answer to your question. Okay. Devansh, how to screen stocks for swing trading using StockEdge Premium? Well, this answer has been given by me literally every day. हर weekend analysis में यही करता हूँ, हर midweek analysis में यही करता हूँ. In fact, some people have started complaining कि you talk a lot about StockEdge, but the fact is, I am using StockEdge and I'm making money using StockEdge. So why won't I talk about it? So please, you do follow my videos. I am sure you will be able to get the answer to that question. Okay. Debabrata का question है, sir, your view on mid cap IT companies and chemical sector for midterm. Well, again, broader view. If you look at the way IT companies are progressing and the whole chemical sector basket is progressing, from the midterm view looks very impressive. And let me show you. Let me do a screen share and show you why I'm saying that to you. All right. I hope you guys can see my screen. Okay. I need to share full screen. All right. Chali. So let's go to this sector, mid cap IT. No. So let's go to the sector and let's search for the IT sector. So information, technology. Okay. When you said mid cap IT, I'm presuming you're talking about IT software. Let's get into this. Now let's see the breadth of this sector. What is this sector trying to do? the breadth of the sector is quite positive. You see, 97% of the stocks are trading above relative strength, RS55, which is our proprietary indicator. RSI is above 50 for almost 99% of the stocks. 99% stocks are trading above 20-day moving average. 98% is trading above 50-day moving average, and 100% stocks, 99% stocks are trading above 100 moving average. This is a fantastic breadth for any sector to flourish, and this is happening for the last 2 days. Okay, now let us analyze the deliveries in the stocks. When you look at date wise delivery in the entire sector, there has been interest in terms of delivery, and you see the stock price is also going up. This is increase in market capitalization of that particular sector. I hope you guys are able to see these data points. This is very interesting analysis, and serious people who are making big money from market, they do these kind of analysis because these are very relevant analysis for you to understand this entire working. Okay. Okay. Let me just, sorry about it. Yeah. Now let's look at the technicals of all these stocks, and we are looking at the midterm view. So we look at the exponential moving average, and we look at the stocks where there is a high momentum. That means stocks which are trading above all major moving averages. Okay, so TCS interesting, Infosys interesting, HCL interesting, Wipro interesting, L&T Mindtree interesting, Tech Mahindra interesting, L&T Technology Services interesting, Emphasis interesting, Tata Steel, Tata Elxsi interesting. All these stocks are looking absolutely amazing in terms of momentum. Now, how do we pick stocks out of these? To pick right stock out of these, you have to analyze each and every stock. You get into the chart of each and every stock, and you see the pattern, the chart pattern, which is the chart is trying to make. Like TCS, RS is positive, RSI is above 50, and this is the chart pattern. The stock is trading above 200 moving average. This looks interesting. Okay, let's go back to some other stock. If you are talking about mid cap IT stocks, so let's go to mid cap IT stocks. Let's talk about L&T Technology Services. Let's see the chart here. Wow. Is this stock better than TCS in terms of momentum? The answer is yes. It is already showing a lot of strength in terms of relative strength, and the momentum is also very high. So would I pick this stock vis-a-vis TCS? Well, because these stocks are typically high beta stocks with a very high momentum, possibly these stocks will do better than the bigger ones. So, you understood the process, Debarata. First, we will have to make a view on the sector. We have to look at the breadth and the delivery and other aspects of the sector. And then we have to go to the stock and figure out which stock will give you most comfort if you build position in that stock. My humble advice is do not rely on only one or two stocks. If you believe that sector will be doing good, maybe 3 4 stocks basket, one big, two mid, and one small could be an interesting equation to go ahead with. Okay, Rahul has a question. Sir, मेरा question ले लिया. Sir, I am following the RS model for swing trading. Should I use MTF facility? Well, it's your choice. I can't tell you whether you should do this or that. I mean, it's up to your choice. Uh, okay. Uh, there's a question. This concept of calculating total exposure of money in the strike price, could you please tell us with an example? Well, I think this is a very simple, whatever is your strike price multiplied by the lot size. And if you are buying, then premium invested is the exposure. And if you are selling, then whatever is the strike price into the lot size minus whatever premium you have received, that becomes your overall exposure. This is very simple. There is no rocket science. You can get the equation on internet. Just search, you'll get it the answer on internet. How to identify stock for 2 3 months which may be performing? Well, it's a very good question. Um, Whenever you're thinking from a 2-3 month perspective, you have to start thinking more from a fundamental perspective, okay? Because sector rotation is the result of what broader view fundamental people are making 2-3 months ago. जैसे आईटी 2-3 महीने पहले तक कोई बाई नहीं कर रहा था, कोई व्यू नहीं बना रहा था, बट जो समझदार लोग थे उन्होंने व्यू बनाया, उनको लगा कि आईटी बहुत ज्यादा गिरा पड़ा हुआ पिटा हुआ है, तो यहां से रिकवरी आनी चाहिए। उन्होंने पोजीशन बिल्ड करना चालू किया, और वो जब पोजीशन बिल्ड करना चालू किए, सेक्टर रोटेशन के अंदर में उसका इम्पैक्ट दिखना चालू हुआ। So can we the first one to make that prediction? Yes, we can be, but we need to be very smart. We need to have that kind of a broader 10,000 view about the markets and the sectors, which is not an easy thing to do. It's literally a contrarian view you try to create in the market at that point of time. But अगर आप वो नहीं करना चाहते हैं, और अगर आप बड़े लोग घुस चुके हैं उसके बाद अगर आप घुसना चाहते हैं, you want to make that 20-30% movement in a stock, I think sector rotation is the best way to figure out stocks which can move from here. Okay, Hemant has a question, sir. If overall market is in downtrend and if sector rotation doing will be profitable, 3 to 4 months positional trading में कितना percentage return book करना is saying to be a good as a full-time trader? Well, so the formula is very simple that if you are doing a shorter swing trading, मतलब 2 दिन से लेके 20-25 दिन के लिए आप पोजीशन बिल्ड कर रहे हैं, then expect 10 to 15% move in a stock, and your stop loss should be around 3 to 5%. If you're looking for a 3 to 4 month position in any stock, you should target at least 25%, 30% return with a stop loss of around 10%. And if you can do a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year view of a stock, then ideally I should target 50-60% at least with a stop loss of 15 to 20%. I'll give you an example. And this is a template which I use for a bigger stock move identification. So just one simple example, and I'm just taking an example of a stock, no recommendations. Just talking about a stock because I find a very interesting pattern in this stock. Look at this stock and look at this template which I've created in TradingView. This is a simple monthly chart. This is a revenue, quarterly revenue. This is a EPS, quarterly EPS, and this is a P ratio, historical P ratio of the stock. And this is RS model, but this RS model is a 12 period RS model. That means it's a 1 year RS, okay? 1 year RS, 12 period, 12 month, monthly 12 period with 1 year RS, ठीक है? तो अभी स्टॉक पे आप देखो, ये मंथली स्टॉक ने ब्रेकआउट दिया. The stock revenue is trending up, EPS trending up, and the stock is available at a reasonable value because it's historical PE range, and this is not very far away. So for me, this stock is a good buy, but this is not a buy for short term. These stocks have to be bought for a very long term. It cannot be for a short term. जैसे एक और स्टॉक का एग्जांपल लेते हैं BSC लिमिटेड. The revenue growth you can see, EPS growth you can see. Valuation wise, again around its mean here, okay, and relative strength point of view, it's a strong stock. It went above its monthly high since 960. It has been going up consistently. So again, depends upon what you're doing, what is your objective, and why you are here. You know, we have discussed all these things in StockEdge Club. So मैं कुछ rocket science नहीं कर रहा हूँ. StockEdge Club, StockEdge Social में हम लोग यही सब बातें करते हैं, और stock ideas जो हमें लगता है कि people should know these stocks, वो stock ideas भी हम यहाँ पे discuss करते हैं, you know, based on these you know, setups which I have created for myself. You see, these are couple of stock ideas which we have discussed here, and some of them work well, some of them don't work, but overall the target is to make sure that things work. See, long term में एक हमने stock देखा यूको बैंक, बड़ा interesting stock setup है. Again, not a recommendation, it's more of a discussion here, which we do in StockEdge Club. So यूको बैंक में आते हैं. Look at this. So this is a monthly, again monthly growth वगैरह, EP historical P काफी down है. It has been a strong stock for some time. Monthly breakout, it's a good stock. But I will be holding on to this for a long time frame. It is not going to be for a shorter time frame. So yeah, so but not a stock recommendation. Please be careful. I'm not here to give recommendation to anyone. I'm not authorized to do that in public forums, but yes, in StockEdge Social, we do talk about stocks depending upon what we feel should be discussed. Okay. Hello, sir. Currently, I'm doing job and have been seeing market for a year, but I'm not very consistent, which makes it more harder to understand the market. Please advise watching Learn to Trade. Yes, Learn to Trade is something which you should watch and start practicing the market. Do weekend trading. Increase your market horizon to a weekly or a monthly chart. Do not do intraday trading. Don't look at shorter time frame price actions because it will bother you. It will motivate you. जितना हम दूर से देखते हैं ना पृथ्वी को, उतनी पृथ्वी बहुत ब्यूटीफुल लगती है। जितना हम ज़ूम इन करके पास देखने लग जाते हैं, तो रास्ते में गंदगी लगने लग जाती है। So basically, it's up to you, what do you want to see in this beautiful world? Do you want to see smaller things, or you want to see the larger things? That will define your, you know, ultimate objective of participation. Okay, this is very good question which Puneet is asking. Sir, are ITC and Reliance still part of the mother stocks after demerger? Well, Reliance is still part of the mother stocks. ITC, obviously, the demerger has not yet happened. So let the demerger happen. And if everything goes away, then obviously the stock will not remain. Just for example, SDFC and SDFC Bank, they got merged in SDFC Bank. So SDFC Bank remained the mother stock. So Reliance is very much still the mother stocks because there are still babies inside that mother who needs to get produced. So अभी तक कोई problem नहीं है, but हाँ जब वो हो जाएगा, then we will obviously remove them from the mother stock list. Okay, so please make a video all about intraday. Well, I have recorded a video about intraday trading in my Learn to Trade series, so you can have a look at that Learn to Trade and learn from me regarding that intraday thing. What is the minimum capital required for full-time FNO trades? Hmm. I would say if you are doing a derivative trading full-time, then anything below 10 lakh is, I think it's suicidal, it's stupidity. उसके पहले उससे कम होगा तो कुछ पैसे बनेंगे नहीं. And if you want to become a multi-asset trader, which I want all of you to become, that's the vision which we carry, that India should have as many multi-asset traders as possible. There, eventually, you will need at least 25 lakh to become a successful multi-asset trader. By the way, if you want to become a multi-asset trader, just quickly, I want to talk about this. Elon Musk has this amazing program, unique program in the world, a program with 5 mentors teaching multi-assets to its mentees. So, अगर आप सही में serious trading करना चाहते हैं, seriously बड़ा बनना चाहते हैं as a trader, then multi-asset trading is something which you should learn. And this program, TMP program, can be huge, huge thing. I mean, there are people who have attended this, and it's a life-changing experience for them who have attended this program. Okay. Mohit, other question, sir, is quantitative trading has an edge over price action? Can a person from non-maths background learn quantitative trading? I myself be a chartered accountant. Well, I'm also a chartered accountant. I'm not an engineer, and I do follow quant to trade. So there is no defined logic that only people with a non-finance background or an engineering background can become a quant trader. And yes, quantitative trading will always have an edge over price action because quant has the capability to predict price action before then what human mind can evaluate. So if you can learn quant, it's always good to do that. Mr. Ramilanga has a question. If government, Mr. Ramilingam, if government owns 80% of number of shares subscribed, then it means only 20% available for trading, or government also trades. Well, government doesn't trade for sure. I would like to believe that. So one of the reason why PSU stocks are doing well is that free float is so low. How do you identify that? Look at this. Scan, fundamental scan, uh, shareholding scan, and high promoter stake. And here, let me filter it to only PSUs. Apply. Look at this. These are the companies where government has such high stakes, the free float is so low that any positivity around these companies, automatically the stock will go up. Look at this coaching shipyard. Let's go into coaching shipyard and let's see the shareholding. How much free float is there in this stock? Only 27%, okay? And in 27% also 2% is already taken by this. So technically you have only 25% free float in the market. If someone corners 25%, majority of the 25%, if someone corners, CFIs already have 5%, DIs have 3%. So non-institutions have only 18%. 18% of what? 18% of number of shares. So how many number of shares are there? 13 crore number of shares. Okay, 13 crore ka 18%. So what's the number? 13 crores ka 18% is 2 crores, 2.3 crores. Okay. And how much trade is happening? Delivery kitna ho raha hai daily basis pe? How many number of shares? Almost 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Almost 1 crore, 10 lakh. Yeah, 11 lakh. So out of 2 crore shares, 11 lakh shares are getting delivered on a daily basis, which is you're almost 5%, right? So 5% of the free float is getting traded on a daily basis or delivered on a daily basis, which is significant, right? So what I say that market at times doesn't work only on fundamental, right? So on the business. It also works because there is limited shares in the hand of people. And अगर limited shares है और narrative बहुत अच्छा है, तो prices will go up significantly. I hope you understood this point. Thanks for raising this point, Mr. Vigneshwar. बसंत महेश्वरी जी को फेस टू फेस में इनवाइट किया हुआ है इनवाइट. अब जब सर को आना होगा तब आएंगे. बहुत पहले से इनवाइट किया हुआ है सर को. So when to book profit in stock, and if we book profit, then how can we part of a multi-bagger stocks? Well, if you are doing a multi-bagger kind of a thing, if you are taking position in multi-bagger stocks, then profit booking comes only and only if you see a massive shift in the momentum. Otherwise, you'll continue to hold on to the stock. In fact, multi-bagger, you only make big money if you add more positions at the top. If you keep on booking positions at the top, then obviously you will not be able to make big money. So remember this, that multi-bagger ऐसे नहीं बनते हैं, उसमें बड़ा पोजीशन बिल्ड करके ही आप मल्टी बैगर बनते हैं. ओके. Okay. Can we fetch real-time data from StockEdge app during the market? No, you can't. Real-time data is very expensive. We have not subscribed to real-time data. We have subscribed to only 1 minute data. So you can look at trending stock section, and here you are getting the stocks updated on a tick by tick basis. So you can not tick by tick, on a 1 minute basis. So you can look at the data here, and if you want the data, you can download the data in an Excel format, which obviously you have to download manually on a regular basis. And this data, as on that particular time, you will be able to get this data for that particular time or for that particular day. Sir, I've become a club member today. Welcome to StockEdge Club, one of the finest community for serious market participants. My question is how to access the stock price is cheap now, even if the amount is 400. Well, the only way you can find out whether the stock is cheap or expensive is by looking at the market capitalization, especially price to book, and also price earning multiples. For example, let us go to a scan, and let us figure out the valuation scan, And let's go to a stock with a low PE. So, so these are the stocks which are low PE stocks. That means the stocks are relatively cheaper vis-a-vis their earnings. Let's take an example of Coal India. So this is a stock which is currently trading at a low PE. The highest PE was 8. Currently, it is trading at around 5 odd PE, and the price is also hovering around this range. Now it has given a breakout. In fact, let us see Coal India uh, from slightly longer tenure perspective. Look at this chart. Beautiful, no? Absolutely amazing chart. Sorry, Coal India, not the futures, Coal India spot. Absolutely amazing chart, huh? Again, not a recommendation, more of an analysis, which I love to share with everyone, be it in YouTube or in my StockEdge Club fraternity. So, cheap, which stock is cheap or expensive is actually relative to the earnings and also relative to the growth of the earnings. So, if you look at PEG ratio, so stocks which have low PEG ratio, these are the companies with low PEG ratio. Ideally, these companies should do good. Sorry, these are PSUs. Let me convert this into major stocks. Apply. So green panel, Great Eastern, Bank of Baroda, State Bank. Unfortunately, Brightcom will also come because the data was good. Lloyd Metal, JK Paper. Look at this. It has started going up. The PEG ratio is low, and let us. What do you think? Wow, amazing, huh? Still, relative strength is not positive. Maybe I'll be very convinced with this stock for a longer tenure position when it crosses this 420 odd level. Till then, maybe for a shorter swing is okay, but for a longer swing, this could be amazing stock because the stock is relatively cheaper. I hope you understood this. So I'm using StockEdge and TradingView combined to find my stock ideas, and I'm constantly posting on StockEdge social so that all my StockEdge club members get the benefit of the analysis or the research which I'm doing. Okay. Okay, Ranjit has a question. I'm using format for intraday come swing trades, 2 hour time frame with stochastic RSI 377, 3714, लो ईएमए एंड 20 एसएमए. सर, जब स्टोकेस्टिक आरएसआई 20 से अप होता है ट्रेड में के सेटअप ठीक है क्या? वेल, ऑन द फेस it looks okay, but I mean, I still have to study it more, but on the face I think the indicators we are using is relatively okay, because RSI measures the momentum, stochastic measures the price strength. EMA is more of a trend indicator, which is, I mean, you may prefer to remove 20 simple moving average also, because EMA and 2MA, SMA both together doesn't make sense for you to, uh, you know, look that together. I mean, एक देखने से भी काम हो जाएगा. For any student to learn the stock market, how much full cost for mentorship? Well, first thing first, I don't suggest people to join mentorship immediately, because mentorship is only for people who know what they are getting into. As a student, first thing first, what you need to do is download StockEdge app, go through all the videos of Learn to Trade, which is there in this app itself. and also learn to invest. Everything which I know about the market has been hosted in StockEdge free of cost. First thing first, use these videos, learn the basic concept, everything. And then, if you feel that you want to go to the next level, if you're convinced that yes, this is the career or this is what I want to do next, then you think about joining the mentorship program. Otherwise, please do not join, because a mentorship program is not for people who are exploring in life. It is only for people who know exactly what they want to do and they want to connect with us in this journey of their wealth creation for market. सर ईएसएम से माइक्रो कैप स्टॉक्स में साथ अनफेयर हो रहा है, प्लीज बताइए सर. यस, आई एग्री. Nowhere in the world I think we have these kind of laws which restricts the free price action in any stock. But you know, इंडिया में क्रुक्स की क्रिएटिविटी को आप अंडर एस्टिमेट नहीं कर सकते हैं. एंड यू नो व्हाट रेगुलेटर हैज सीन दैट the facility which is given to market in large has been misutilized and people have taken undue advantage. तो ये ईएसएम जीएसएम ये सब इसलिए आते हैं क्योंकि कुछ लोग हैं मार्केट के अंदर में जो इसका नाजायज फायदा उठा रहे हैं. और माइक्रो कैप स्टॉक्स, particularly the ones which have huge value, but they are not able to unlock the value because ultimately कोई ना कोई का जीएसएम आ जाता है और वो स्टॉक चलना बंद हो जाता है. तो it's a disadvantage which we all have, which we'll have to live with it, because overall market may people have this mentality of taking undue advantage of the facilities given to them. Sir, I use the strategy given by intraday and learn to trade. My problem is when the time comes, it ride hugely so that I can't buy. So what is the solution to this problem? Well, intraday trading solution is very simple: algo trading. If you at all have to succeed in intraday trading, you have to use robots to trade. If you are dependent on your human judgment and your execution capabilities, I think you are overestimating yourself, because technology has overtaken every one of us. Robots are there who can do better analysis, faster analysis, and fastest execution, because servers are located in NSC co-location, which we anyways as retail, we cannot access those kind of co-location infrastructure. If you are doing intraday trading, you better go technology way rather than doing manual way. Otherwise, you will not be able to sustain in any kind of intraday trading opportunity, especially when the trading hour increases. You obviously can't sit in front of the screen all the time. So computer should ideally do the trading, which does in most of the algo trading firms. And your role should be to manage the risk and develop new strategies. All right, guys, thank you so much for attending this session. Really appreciate. I'm sorry, I got to close this because I'm having a bit of backache for the last couple of days, and I can't sit for more than 45 minutes at a go. Maybe I'll do this session again this week as early as possible so that I can answer as many questions. And in case you want to remain in touch with me, guys, please consider this StockEdge Club, where I'm so personally involved with all my club members. I'm literally there as part of their family. They become part of me, and we are really enjoying this learning and earning journey in market. Join StockEdge Club for a year, experience the change, experience the magic. And if you don't like, don't continue later year. You will really love the exercise. And what I will do is I'll give you a special discount coupon which will be there below this video. Use that and become part of the club today, so that we all grow together as learners of financial market. Thank you. See you again soon. Bye-bye. Take care.